Hi everyone, I'm Jason, Assistant Professor in CSE Department working in SNS College of Engineering. So today we discuss about process to process delivery. So it comes under data transport layer. So before the process to process delivery, you are need to know what is called as node to node delivery. So the node to delivery means in data link layer is responsible for delivery of frames between two neighboring nodes over a link. So here we have two nodes over a link. It will take place in the same network. This is called as a node to node delivery. So the main data link layer is responsible within the network. That is the neighboring nodes. So this is a node to node delivery. Come to a transport layer. We have the name called as a host to host delivery. So host to host delivery means here just go to that. The network layer is responsible for delivery of datagrams between two hosts. So two that is we have to take this between two hosts. That is we have two different networks. So the transport layer is responsible for process to process delivery. The delivery of packet, part of message from one process to another. So here the take place between the two networks. Between the two hosts. One host is sending a message and another host is receiving the message. So you need a two host. So here the word is called the two host. But in data link, the word is called node. The same network, the node communications. So you have to go to the next slide. Here there are diagrammatic representations of node to node, host to host, and process to process. What's the difference here? Node, just you have to go to the node. So node means between the two nodes. That is called the node to node delivery between the two nodes. It's a data link layer, you know. Next, you have to go through that host to host. What is called the host to host? Just go to the point. Yeah, the host to host means device to device. Then what is called as a process to process? The process to process means, yeah, your message to message, how the data are sent from one end to another end. So this is responsible. No? The transport layer is responsible for process to process delivery. Now you have to learn what is called as a process to process delivery. Process to process delivery. Which comes under, you know. Next you have to go through client server pair. Process on local host called client. Services from a process usually on a remote host called the server. Most process client and server have the same name. For example, to get the data time of a remote machine, we need a date time client process running on a low host, date time server process running on a remote host. Okay, these are the some points we have discussed in this situations. Next, communication, local host, local process, remote process. This comes under this process. So what is called a local host? So what is called as a local process? So what is called as a remote host? And what is called as a remote process? So local host means the client is a local host. So your machine, which machine you used to send the data, that machine is called as a local host. Then local process, what data to be delivered, that message is called as a local process. So you have to differentiate what is called the local host as well as local process. So local host means the machine, local process means what the data, actually what data are to be sent. So these are the two processes. Next process we have to go into that remote host. What is called a remote host? Which machine? Suppose we are sending a data from one end to another end. So which machine will capture the data? That is called the remote host. Then process called the remote process. What data to be shared to the receiver side. So for the communication, you must define this following. Must define local host, local process, remote host, remote process. These are very important in the process to process delivery. So transport layer is very important. What data to be sent, what are the data to be needed. because here we are using another function, that's multiplexing concept is there. So what is called the multiplexing? So you have to discuss in the later class what is called the multiplexing. It's called the